There's an idea in game development called the path of least resistance. The thought goes that if a player is presented with a wide array of potential ways to play a game, they will gravitate towards the one that gives them the greatest reward for the least complexity. If it works, and it isn't hard, then they'll go with that. Maximize effectiveness, minimize difficulty. Perhaps the most mimetic example of this is actually from Skyrim, and it's the ubiquitous stealth archer build. As the legend goes, anyone playing Skyrim will eventually end up playing a stealth archer. This is because it is a highly effective low-risk playstyle in a game where archery is one of the better feeling combat mechanics. And this accidentally works in Skyrim's favor because stealth archers are actually fairly fun to play. However, the path of least resistance can just as easily hurt the gameplay experience, and in fact, in most cases, will. See, in a game with an array of interesting but complicated options, if there is one simpler option that is equally or more effective than everything else, players will naturally move towards it. This necessitates that they ignore the more complicated, and oftentimes more fun, options, which can easily lead to a game feeling worse than it actually is. Players will often actively harm their enjoyment of a game to take the path of least resistance. It's simply in our nature, like searching for items behind waterfalls or wanting to pet the dog. To counter this, developers must come up with ways to save us from ourselves, and in the case of the Devil May Cry series, that crucial component is the style gauge. The DMC games have very deep combat systems. Attacks are context and input dependent, there are multiple weapons and guns which can be swapped between, multiple characters with different playstyles, there are crazy combos and devil busters and royal releases and max acts and distorted real impacts and all of it is largely unnecessary because each character usually has one move that's just good enough. Let's look at Dante. In every Devil May Cry, Dante has a move called Stinger. It's an easy input. Simply lock onto something, push the stick in the direction Dante's facing, and hit attack. You go flying forward at breakneck speed, slicing through anything in your path, immediately closing the distance between you and your target. It hits hard and you can do it repeatedly very quickly, which makes it easy to spam. Indeed, Stinger spam is one of the first things most new DMC players start doing when they get this move. I remember doing it myself. It is, in fact, the path of least resistance, dealing good damage quickly without the need to even worry about walking to the next demon. This is, technically, a very optimal way to play these games. But it's not a very fun one. Enter the style gauge. This thing here is the sole reason experienced DMC players don't do Stinger spam, and it's all about psychology. Here's how it works. When you hit an enemy with an attack, it fills the meter up a little bit. Fill the meter up all the way and your ranking goes up. The announcer guy screams it at you. You feel good. Here's the thing though. Use the same attack again and you get less meter. Do it again, you get even less. And the meter is constantly draining, you have to fight to keep it going up. So the key to raising your style rank isn't repetition, it's variety. The system encourages you to use as many moves as you can, switching between weapons and guns and styles. It forces you to learn and engage with the breadth of your arsenal. And suddenly, inexplicably, the game becomes fun. What's the reward for doing this? Well, higher rankings increase the number of red orbs that drop from enemies, which are used to buy more moves, expanding your options and perpetuating the cycle. After all, when you buy a new attack, you're gonna want to use it, right? Additionally, getting higher stylish ranks raises your ranking at the end of a mission, which also leads to more rewards. But as any seasoned player will tell you, it's not about the monetary gains, it's about the ranking. The style system is a game you play against yourself. It's one of the few times in my life I've ever been interested in trying to get a high score. The first time you see that sweet triple S rank pop up on your screen, that's a rush. And that's the name of the game here, because by rewarding the player for playing stylishly, both through actual rewards and the magic of dopamine, the game is conditioning you to engage with the game as the devs intended, in the way that's actually fun. You're not just fighting stylishly, you're fighting like Dante. This doesn't always work though. It couldn't save DMC 2. In Devil May Cry 2, guns were made significantly more powerful. Because they are so useful, they become the path of least resistance. And thanks to DMC 2's lower difficulty in general, they're all you'll need 99% of the time, which is good because your sword feels noticeably worse. The combination of the overtuned guns and the bad-feeling swordplay obliterates even the style gauge's ability to keep players having fun. People adopt the guns and ignore the rest, and thus the whole illusion falls apart. And that's what fascinates me about the style gauge, just how much of an illusion it is. Because it's still more optimal to play these games the simple way, but nobody does. The simple addition of giving the player a grade for playing more interestingly is all it took to take these games from being fairly well-made action romps to something you can dedicate months to mastering. It's a psychological trick, supremely stylish subterfuge. So here's to you, Team Little Devils. You did it good. Jeez, what's with game series I like getting stuck on number 5? I guess DMC 4-5 was 11 years too. Man, being a Devil May Cry fan can be pretty
dismal.